you hear the name Vladimir Putin, what comes to mind? A powerful world leader, a calculating politician, or maybe a billionaire with a hidden fortune? What if I told you that behind the cold iron face of Russia's president lies a web of secrets, unimaginable wealth, and a family living like global billionaires, but hidden from the world's eyes? Today we're unveiling Vladimir Putin's family secrets and their billionaire luxury lifestyle, the yachts, the palaces, and the mystery, all carefully tucked away from the public spotlight. So grab a drink, settle in, because what you're about to hear sounds like a Hollywood movie, but it's all too real. First, let's make one thing clear. Officially, Putin's salary is around $140,000 per year. Yep, that's right. On paper, Putin is just a modest government employee, but dig deeper and you'll find reports estimating his secret fortune at anywhere between $70 billion to over $200 billion. How does someone who's never run a business or inherited wealth become richer than Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos? The answer is quite simple: hidden assets, proxies, and a network of loyal oligarchs. But the real icing on the cake is, Putin has kept his family almost invisible, shielding them from media, politics, and even from the Russian people. For years, Putin barely acknowledged his own children. He was married to Lyudmila Putina for nearly 3 decades, until their divorce in 2013. They have 2 daughters, Maria Vorontsova and Katerina Tikhonova. But here's where it gets interesting. Maria, the eldest, was born in 1985. She's a medical researcher specializing in endocrinology. Katerina, born in 1986, is a tech executive and former competitive acrobatic dancer. Public appearances? Almost none. Interviews? Forget it. For years, Russian media was forbidden from even mentioning their names. When Katerina gave a public speech in 2015, it shocked the world. It was the first time she was seen openly, but despite the secrecy, their lifestyles paint a picture of extreme wealth. Maria reportedly lives in a luxurious penthouse in Moscow with heavy security. Katerina has been linked to a $2 billion business empire tied to the Moscow State University's tech projects. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Now let's talk real estate. One of the most jaw-dropping revelations came from Alexei Navalny, the Russian opposition leader, who exposed what's known as Putin's palace. This isn't your ordinary presidential residence. We're talking about a $1.4 billion compound on the Black Sea coast, with a private theater, helipad, vineyards, casino, ice hockey rink, underground tunnels, and even a pole dancing room. Yes, you heard that right. A palace with its own pole dancing room. Navalny called it the biggest bribe in history, funded by Russian oligarchs through shady offshore schemes. But here's the wild part. Putin officially denies owning it. Yet nearly everyone around him seems to agree. This is Putin's personal paradise. It's not just palaces. Putin's rumored yacht collection rivals that of any billionaire. One of the most famous is the Graceful, a $100 million luxury yacht featuring a swimming pool, spa, and helipad. Another is the Scheherazade, worth nearly $700 million, which was seized under international sanctions in 2022. He also has a weakness for luxury watches. Putin has been spotted wearing Patek Philippe, Blancpain, and A. Lange & Sona timepieces worth hundreds of thousands of dollars each. All of this while Russia's official media pushes the image of a humble, patriotic leader who doesn't care about wealth. The Putin family's wealth isn't just limited to his daughters. Reports suggest that relatives and close friends have been strategically placed in Russia's most profitable industries. For example, Igor Sechin, often called Russia's Darth Vader, is the CEO of Rosneft, Russia's state oil giant. He's believed to act as one of Putin's closest financial enablers. Gennady Timchenko, a billionaire in energy and trading, has seen his wealth skyrocket during Putin's reign. Even Katerina's ex-husband, Kirill Shamalov, became Russia's youngest billionaire shortly after marrying her, with stakes in major petrochemical companies. It's a tightly woven network of family, friends, and loyalists, all growing rich under the protection of one man at the top. I'm pretty sure, just like me, you're wondering, how do Putin's daughters actually live? Maria lives mostly under the radar. She's married to a Dutch businessman, Jarrett Farsen, and they've been spotted living in high-end neighborhoods in Moscow and the Netherlands. Security around her is extremely tight, and she rarely appears in public. Katerina, on the other hand, has been more visible in recent years. She leads Innopractica, a multi-billion ruble tech firm, and lives in Moscow's elite circles. She's known to own luxury apartments, drive expensive cars, and enjoy a lavish lifestyle that many Russians can only dream of. By now I know you're probably wondering, how deep does this rabbit hole go? Hit that like button, subscribe, and buckle up, because the deeper we dig, the stranger, darker, and more mind-blowing it gets. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Rumors are swirling about Putin's grandchildren, but almost nothing is confirmed. Reports suggest Maria has children, making Putin a grandfather, but their identities, schools, and locations are heavily guarded secrets. It's all part of a pattern. Putin's private life is locked down tighter than Fort Knox. No leaks, no photos, no scandals. In a world where most billionaires flaunt their wealth on Instagram, Putin's family operates in the shadows. What's even more fascinating is how Putin's personal life is entwined with the fate of Russia itself. Unlike many authoritarian leaders, Putin has mastered the art of creating a near-mythical public image while simultaneously erasing almost all traces of his private affairs. This strategy has not only kept his family protected, but has also shielded his wealth from international scrutiny. It's not just about hiding money, it's about controlling narratives. By maintaining this tight grip, Putin ensures that even if global media tries to dig into his affairs, they're often left with little more than speculation. Take, for example, the recent investigations into Putin's rumored relationships. Some reports suggest that Putin has a long-term partner, Alina Kabaeva, a former Olympic gymnast who's said to live in extraordinary luxury, with mansions, yachts, and even a rumored private jet. Kabaeva's presence in Putin's life has never been officially confirmed, but insiders say she's as protected and insulated as his daughters, possibly even raising children fathered by Putin. Yet no official acknowledgement has ever been made, and Russian media is famously tight-lipped about it. Another striking aspect is the way Putin's inner circle benefits from his reign. Many oligarchs owe their fortunes to personal connections with the Kremlin. Lavish gifts, lucrative government contracts, and insider deals are common rewards for loyalty. This system has created a class of ultra-wealthy Russians who live lives of extreme privilege, but are always just one political shift away from losing it all. Meanwhile, ordinary Russians face rising economic struggles, inflation, and international isolation. For them, the extravagant lifestyles of the elite are a distant world they rarely see, carefully kept out of sight, and that, perhaps, is Putin's greatest triumph. Not just amassing power and wealth, but doing it all behind a veil of near-total secrecy. Since the start of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, sanctions have rained down on Russia's elite. Super yachts were seized, bank accounts were frozen, travel bans were slapped on Putin's inner circle. But here's the twist. While some billionaires scrambled to protect their assets, Putin's family seemed mostly insulated. Why? Because much of their wealth is hidden through offshore companies, trusted oligarchs, and intricate financial networks designed to survive international crackdowns. It's a billionaire lifestyle protected not by banks or lawyers, but by power itself. Unlike other global billionaires, Putin's personal image is tightly controlled. He's not seen on red carpets or at the Met Gala. Instead, he's photographed riding horses shirtless, practicing judo, or playing ice hockey, the ultimate strongman image. But behind the rugged persona is a man with access to some of the world's most exclusive luxuries. When you control a country's vast oil, gas, and natural resources, luxury isn't bought, it's guaranteed. So, what's next for Putin's family? Experts believe the daughters are carefully positioning themselves for the future. Maria's focus on medicine and Katerina's rise in tech and academia suggest a calculated plan to create independent power bases beyond just their father's name. But make no mistake, their fortunes are deeply tied to Putin's grip on Russia. If that grip ever loosens, the future of their billionaire lifestyle could change overnight. Vladimir Putin's billionaire lifestyle is a masterclass in secrecy. No flashy Instagram posts, no reality shows, no public scandals, just an empire of hidden wealth, loyal oligarchs, and a family living in untouchable luxury. While other billionaires compete for headlines, Putin's family operates from the shadows, quietly enjoying a level of wealth that even the richest names in the world might envy. And as long as Putin remains in power, their place at the top seems secure. But in the world of politics and fortune, one thing's for sure, nothing lasts forever.